For over half a century, a familiar, calm, emotionless voice comes over the radio, warning millions of Americans of an impending threat that demands immediate attention. It's a trusted companion in moments of uncertainty. But who, or what, is behind the voice of NOAA Weather Radio? In 1807, President Thomas Jefferson established the United States Coast and Geodetic Survey. Its use to create nautical charts for safe maritime navigation. Later, in the 1870s, the Weather Bureau was founded. These organizations were the nation's first science and atmospheric science agencies. By 1965, these organizations merged to create the Environmental Science Services Administration, or ESSA, to better streamline weather, ocean, and mapping operations and coordination. Broadcasts for this time were mostly done live by trained personnel, although some broadcasts were pre-recorded. Live on-air broadcasts required lots of coordination and reliability from the forecasters. This was especially challenging during emergencies, where forecasters would have to break into regularly scheduled programming to warn people of the hazard. Due to its labor-intensive and inconsistent nature, a push for automation was to be made, paving the way for a new era of mass notification. On October 3, 1970, under Title V of the United States Code, Section 906, and as part of Reorganization Plan No. 4, multiple agencies, including ESSA, were merged to create what we now know as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA's mission is to understand and predict changes in climate, weather, oceans, and coasts, to share that knowledge with the public, and to conserve and manage coastal and marine ecosystems and resources. It is an agency that enriches life through science. From the surface of the sun to the depths of the ocean floor, NOAA works to keep the public informed of the ever-changing environment around them. That is the N.O.A.A. Now, a statement from President Richard Nixon.
Each of us all across this great land has a stake in maintaining and improving environmental quality, clean air and clean water, the wise use of our land, the protection of wildlife and natural beauty, parks for all to enjoy. These are part of the birthright of every American. To guarantee that birthright, we must act, and act decisively. It is literally now or never. During the past 3 years, we have made a good start. We have passed new laws to protect the environment, and we have mobilized the power of public concern. But there is much yet to be done. 18 of the major environmental proposals which I put forward a year ago has still not received final action by the Congress. I repeat today my urgent request for congressional action on this much-needed legislation. And I am also presenting a number of new proposals. The environmental agenda now before the Congress includes laws to deal with water pollution, pesticide hazards, ocean dumping, excessive noise, careless land development, and many other environmental problems. These problems will not stand still for politics or for partisanship. They demand to be met now. By meeting them now, we can make 1972 the best year ever for environmental progress. The time has come for man to make his peace with nature. Let us renew our commitment. Let us redouble our effort. The quality of our life on this good land is a cause to unite all Americans.
By around 1979, NOAA Weather Radio had expanded from 29 transmitters to over 300 transmitters, greatly improving geographic coverage. Yet, for years, broadcasts were still delivered live or through locally recorded messages. Everything changed in 1998 with the introduction of the Console Replacement System, or CRS. This system was designed to manage the growing network of NOAA transmitters and provide faster, more reliable alerts to the public. Introducing Paul, the first fully automated robotic messenger powered by Deck Talk. Paul would become well known for his unnaturally calm, emotionless voice. A voice so distinctive that listeners would remember him long after the warnings faded.
A slow-moving storm system will move across the northern Great Lakes region today and tonight. Snow associated with this system will continue across much of southwest lower Michigan this morning.
By the early 2000s, the Voice Improvement Plan, or VIP, was introduced. Spanning 2000 through 2007, the VIP was used to supplement the Paul voice until its phase out. The new voices were named Donna, Craig, and Tom. Spanish voices Javier and Violetta were also introduced. The early 2000s brought Donna, a female text-to-speech voice. Her purpose? To be more natural sounding and easier to understand, although she was still synthesized using deck talk. Donna was part of a broader effort to modernize NOAA Weather Radio before the introduction of the Broadcast Message Handler, or BMH.
These are the 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time conditions on Monday, October 24th. At Miami, light rain was falling. Temperature 75 degrees, the dew point 70, and the relative humidity 84%. Wind, southwest at 41 miles an hour, gusting to 61.
The early to mid-2000s brought Craig. This voice is the rarest. Craig was synthesized using the deck talk like Paul and Donna, but was offered a moderately natural tone, although still robotic. Craig was eventually replaced in most offices by Tom.
Officials from the New Jersey Office of Emergency Management advise that there is no emergency at the Salem/Hope Creek Nuclear Generating Station. For additional information, the public may call the New Jersey Office of Emergency Management Public Inquiry Line.
The mid to late 2000s brought Tom. Tom was synthesized using deck talk like the previous models, but provided better tonal cues and intelligibility. Tom was widely used until around 2016, when the BMH was introduced. His voice is largely retired from current NOAA Weather Radio broadcasts, though some offices used him briefly during BMH testing.
Here is the forecast for the following counties. McKean. Winter storm warning in effect until midnight for elevations above 1,500 feet. Winter weather advisory in effect until midnight for lower elevations. Today, snow, mixed with rain in the valleys.
Before we talk about the BMH, let's talk about the rest of the voices. The mid to late 2000s brought Javier. Javier provided Spanish automated alerts, expanding accessibility to Spanish-speaking regions. He was also synthesized using deck talk and was standard until his replacement by Violetta in 2016. Javier is now largely retired, though some transitional use may have occurred during the BMH implementation period.
El pronóstico del Servicio Nacional de Meteorología para El Paso y región. Para hoy, soleado. Máximas alrededor de 69 grados. Los vientos del sureste 5 a 10 millas por hora. Esta noche, cielo despejado. Mínimas cerca de 39 grados.
2016 brought Violetta as part of the adoption of the BMH. Violetta was synthesized using the N.O.A.A. Speech voice text engine, providing a more natural-sounding voice than Javier. Violetta is currently the primary Spanish-language voice on NOAA Weather Radio for BMH-equipped stations.
Aquí está el pronóstico marino, ubicaciones para la siguiente ubicación. Aguas del puerto Mansfield, Texas al Río Grande que extiende a partir del 20 nanómetro a 60 nanómetro. Y aguas de la bahía de Baffin para virar Mansfield hacia el lado de babor que extiende a partir del 20 a 60 nanómetro.
Introducing the Broadcast Message Handler, or BMH. It was developed to modernize the NOAA Weather Radio operation. The BMH formally replaced the CRS in 2016. Voices on this new platform were synthesized using N.O.A.A. Speech voice text and had the best intelligibility of its CRS counterparts. The BMH could also automatically generate routine forecasts, watches, warnings, hazardous event advisories, and much more. The BMH also brought the most recognizable voice across the NWR. Introducing New Paul, aka Paul Jr. Paul Jr. replaced the older CRS Paul voice. Paul Jr. was synthesized using the N.O.A.A Speech voice text, making it the most natural and consistent English language voice model. Paul Jr. represents the culmination of decades of voice improvements and continues to be used nationwide, working alongside Violetta for Spanish language broadcasts.
Today, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 80s. Southeast winds around 5 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. South winds around 5 miles an hour. Wednesday, mostly sunny. Highs in the mid-80s.
SAME, or Specific Area Message Encoding. It is a critical technology used by the NOAA and EAS, or Emergency Alert System, to deliver alerts. Alerts are digitally encoded with information such as the event type, location codes, duration of the alert, and serial number of the alert. Specialized receivers decode the SAME signal and will only sound an alert if they are in the warning zone. This can prevent false alerts by avoiding unnecessary warnings outside affected areas. It speeds up the delivery of critical warnings and works with an automated system like Paul Jr. This system was deployed around the same time as the NOAA began automating its systems. SAME alerts consist of 4 parts: the header, the attention signal, which is 1000 Hz for weather radio and a combined 853 Hz and 960 Hz for TV, an audio message, and the tail. The header contains the data in this order: clock sync, originator code, event code, location code, purge time, issue time, call sign identifier. Now, you may have heard specific area message encoding before. Although every alert has a different code assigned to it, the sound is unmistakable. It is the digital heartbeat of NOAA Weather Radio. It ensures that every alert is precise, targeted, and timely. To millions of people, that piercing sound is more than just noise. It is the call to action, a signal that can mean the difference between life and death. For over 50 years, NOAA Weather Radio has been more than just a voice. From its earliest days of live forecasting, to the calm, synthesized tones of Paul, Donna, and Tom, to today's Paul Jr. and Violetta, each evolution has carried a single purpose: to protect lives and property. Through hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, and every hazard in between, NOAA Weather Radio remains the nation's trusted source for life-saving information. It is a system born from science and technology, and strengthened by the dedication of those who believe that a warning, heard just in time, can save lives. In the end, that familiar voice is more than just a sound. It is a reassurance. It is resilience. It is NOAA Weather Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service.